Starting up with the Great Resignation uncovered, over a quarter, 3 out of 10 prefer to leave their current job in the next 12 months, while 45% are applying and already interviewing for other jobs, and 60% are looking for another opportunities in different jobs. In Switzerland and other countries, there is a large chance that workers may leave their job in the next 12 months, but also these countries provide to the workers with the highest level of job security, which made workers feel more empowered and confident considering to the changing careers. Moving on to the factors that lead to the least satisfaction for the workers, which includes work overload, pay, skill upgrading, and the ability to perceive the workers' physical and emotional well-being. On the other hand, the greatest rating of any job satisfaction to the workers is the co-workers relationship, which receive a satisfaction rating of 74% among the employees. Furthermore, the epidemic of quitting leads to a number of outcomes. First, 70% of workers who witness quitting of resignations think about doing the same decision. Additionally, 50% of employees who saw others leaving their jobs in the upcoming 12 months made them to do the same behavior. Generation Z, which is the younger generations, are especially affected by this quitting epidemic. So, there are some key recommendations for employer confronting quiet quitting are: first, providing space, coaching, and process for open and honest communications for the employees. Moving on, 70% of employees believe that employers are responsible of a better working environment, followed up by the workers and then the environment. The majority of workers think that they would success and be able to find a new job in 6 months or less. Among these countries are Italy and Japan. One of the primary reasons for workers who plan to quit within 12 months are: first, salary; second, lack of career progression. On the other hand, development and flexibility are the main factors that attracts workers to stay in a job. Finally, there are 4 coordinates on the matrix that measures the employee's satisfaction and the importance that is derived from it. In the following slides, we are going to discuss the retention level matrix in detail.
Retention levers. Salary. Salary is a tool used by companies in order to attract people. As companies, usually they struggle with attrition and inflation concerns increases, so do wages. So it becomes as a method to attract the right people for a certain position. No matter how much the salary is high, it does not have a lasting influence on the retention of the employees at the company. And at the same time, salary is the first reason for workers to leave their jobs in the next 12 months. For the majority of the employees, salary is their first priority. However, for people who are engaged and want to stay in their current job, salary becomes less important. Employees, especially non-managers, they need to feel engaged because companies, they might risk losing their talent pipeline if investment in skills and salary is focused on managers only. Also, employers at the company, they need to consider other retention levers such as flexibility and employee well-being to secure their talent pipeline. Retention levers. Flexibility. Employees' demands for more freedom and control over how they do their jobs are only rising. Companies must take precautions when regaining any flexibility control, as employees continue to demand autonomy over working hours, time off, location, and scheduling. For instance, some of the employees are thinking about changing their jobs, or they might accept an offer of a lower pay just to have more flexibility. The 4-day week is increasingly being used as a recruitment and retention method. For instance, companies at China and the US are increasingly trying to attract talent by offering a 4-day week method. Also, flexibility continues to be an important retention strategy. For instance, when the employers at the company allow the employees to have flexible working hours and locations, for instance. However, flexibility comes at a cost that not all non-desk workers can afford. 30% of non-desk employees, they would choose to have a low pay just in order to have more flexibility. For instance, they would choose to have more flexible schedules, working hours, and vacations. So the company, if they want to attract and retain those employees, they should provide them with the freedom to choose their own way of doing their job. Also, the companies, they should address some of the major circumstances that might occur because of the 4-day method. For instance, when they apply the method, what will happen in the 5th day? So they should address all of these obstacles in order to have a successful implementation of the method.
I'm gonna talk today. First is gonna bring us moving on to the tips and ways for the career progression from both ways, organization and for employees. So first for the organization, they need to identify the risk of losing the talents, pipelines that includes loyal employees. Also, they should educate managers to invest in creating suitable strategy and good planning for a good results. Also, creating a balanced meetings from time to time with managers and employees, and promote healthy work environment for employees, of course. For the employees, they need to be patient and honest with themselves so they can identify the goals and obstacles they might face realistically and prepare themselves for it. Also, they should identify the benefits it will bring to them. And most important, they need to make sure that their interpersonal goals matches the career progression they are having in the current organization or trying to reach. So, because it will be a huge problem if it does not match. Also, willing to take the actions, keeping up the good profile, and not just be lazy and wishing for the best. So, what's the importance of employees being a normal human being?
There are many factors directly affect the labor market around the world, like the growth of the gig economy and the transition to green economy, as well as the closely related tech-driven trends of automation, artificial intelligence, and digitalization. These rapid developments and changes worries workers around the world about keeping their jobs. There is also economic and geopolitical uncertainty around the world, which didn't recover from the repercussion of COVID-19 yet, and the political unrest in Ukraine and elsewhere. Workers show less concern about megatrend, although some express concern about economic inflation and climate crisis. The research showed that workers in a free economy show concern and fears toward automation and the transition toward the green economy, because this huge development inevitably poses the threat to their jobs in light of employers anticipating what will happen in the future and searching for new skills. Workers are less worried about the mega trend than geopolitical and economic issues. What worries worker more is a huge development that may require skills that they do not have, as non-office workers believe that the technological development enforce them to learn new skills to keep up with the labor market. These developments keep organizations in a race to retain and get the best talents. Also, labor concerns are vary in different parts of the world, which make it difficult to issue a unified approach for all. Employers have a weak influence in geopolitical conditions and economic uncertainty, but they can change the feelings of workers by communicating with them, giving them sense of security that they are controlling their destiny. More than 2/3 of workers consider employers responsible for ensuring a better working future for them. Therefore, organizations have to prove that they are the best place to work in the future to ensure the retention and access to the best talents.